Hey everybody, so this video is a lower body exercise video and we're going to do fundamentals of each exercise. My hope is for you to learn the stressors of lower body exercise in order to not get injured and to not hurt yourself or further extend any injury that you might have. There's a lot of misconceptions out there about exercises and about how to do them, and I really just want to show you and for you to hear while I'm showing you the cues of certain lower body movements that often get done improperly and result in injury. So today we're going to cover squat and lunge, and we're going to cover a different variation of a lunge, so that way you have multiple exercises that you could potentially do in that capacity. I can also demonstrate a wall sit if you're interested in a wall sit, but those are pretty basic. I really just want to drive home the point of a squat and a lunge because those are two exercises that really need to be stressed in this class, and you need to fundamentally know the skill set to do them properly to avoid injury. So we're going to start off doing a squat. So, and I have my yoga mat down here for added comfort and added benefit. But you don't have to have a yoga mat if you don't want a yoga mat. It's completely up to you. Doesn't really matter. It's just my preference. So for a squat, to start off, I'm going to face you in this direction for you to see the front key movements. So a squat, you need to be hip distance apart, so you can see that my legs are literally hip distance apart. I'm going to push my butt back, and I'm going to lift my toes off of the ground so all of my weight is on my heels. And what I'm going to do from there, by keeping my upper body straight, I'm not going to hunch over. I'm going to keep my upper body straight, pushing my butt back. I'm going to sit into my butt, bend my knees, and my knees are not going to go over my toes. So it should look like this all the way down. My goal is to get 90 degrees with my legs. I don't want to go any farther than that. So from the side, for you to see it from the side, I'm hip width distance apart. I'm standing straight up. My body is straight up. I'm going to push my butt back so my toes are literally off of the ground. Now don't do it so you're off balance. This is just a good indicator for you to have to sit your weight back, not forward. So my toes are off the ground slightly. I'm going to push my butt back, and then I'm going to sit into my butt while my body is straight. Again, I'm not hunching over. I'm not leaning forward. Everything is in my legs. So I'm going to push my butt back, and I'm going to sit into my butt until I'm 90 degrees. You can see that I'm 90 degrees. I'm not leaning forward. I'm not hunched over. I'm straight up, and my butt is back. I can even push my butt a little bit further back for me to not have my knees in front of my toes. You do not want this to look like, you do not want your knees in front of your toes. That is a no-no. Do not put your knees in front of your toes at any point in time. It hurts your knees and it works the wrong muscles. So you do not want to look like this moving forward. You want to keep everything back and down, not forward and down. This isn't it. My elbows should not be on my knees, okay? So those are your cues for your squat. Make sure your knee is not over your toe. If at any point in time your knee is over your toe, stop and try again. Push your butt back. Remember, your toes should be a little bit off the ground. Your weight should be in your heels. If you cannot go to 90, perfectly fine. No big deal. I was just rehabbing a knee injury. I couldn't go 90. So what you do, same form, hip width distance apart, push your butt back, toes are off the ground, and you just do a mini squat. You do what you can do. You're still working your quads, you're still working your glutes, you're still working your hamstrings. So just do what you can do. Don't feel bad for not being able to go 90. Just try. That's all I ask, is you try. So that's a squat. What we're going to do next is a lunge. So what you should do is, again, have your legs hip width distance apart. Then we're going to lift one leg, whichever leg you want to do a lunge on, and you're going to go forward with your leg. So your leg should be, again, still hip width distance apart. You can see my leg is behind me. It's in line with my hip. My legs are not in line. That's a good way to hurt your knees and your hips. Everything's in line. I'm going to bend my knees while keeping my upper body completely straight. That's the key to a lunge. You do not want to be out like this in a lunge. You want to be standing straight up. So what's really going to work is your hamstring, your quads, and your glutes. So again, I'm going to sit down. Okay, my upper body is straight. I'm at 90 with this leg, and I'm at 90 with this leg. This leg is in line with my ankle. This leg is in line with my hip. So if I come up, I'm going to turn to the side so you can get the side angle. So again, I'm in line with my hip. I'm going to go down. Everything's in line. My body is straight. This leg is in line with my ankle at the bottom. This leg right here is in line with my hip. And my knee is going to hover above the ground. My toe is off the ground. You can see my toe is on the ground. Sorry, not off the ground. Your heel is off the ground. You're going to come up, down. You can see that my knee went in front of my toe a little bit on that lunge, so I need to correct that in my form. That's better, right there. So that's what a lunge should look like, coming down. Your whole body just goes down. Now, if you can't, again, go all the way down, no big deal. I don't want you to do it. I don't want you to do it. I want you to do what you can do and what your range of motion is 100%. You're still going to work those muscles regardless of how low you go. It just helps you get stronger in those muscles the more that you do it. Now, an example of a Bulgarian split squat, I'm going to take my ottoman right here or my chair, which are both household items. You can use your bed, you can use your couch, you can use your dining room chair, you can use your dog if they want to stay still. Mine doesn't. I'm going to use this chair for an example for right now, and I'm going to put, you can use either leg you want to use. I'm going to use my right leg, and I'm going to put it back. I'm going to go into a lunge stance right here, and I'm going to put my back leg on the chair. I'm going to hop this leg out just a little bit, and my intention is just to do the same thing that I did earlier and do a lunge. So you can see my heel is off of this chair right here. I'm going to go down. My knee is in line with my ankle right here, and I'm going to go up, down, and up, just like that. As simple as can be. Takes a little bit of pressure off of your knees, takes a little bit of pressure off of your ankles, and it works your muscles even more. So that's a Bulgarian split squat. Obviously, you do one on one side and do another one on the other side. A wall squat or a wall sit, however you want to look at it. You find a wall or you find a stable place for you to be. This might be easier for you if you can't do squats, if you want to work up to squats, whatever works for you. You're going to put your butt on the wall and you're going to put your legs out just a little bit, not too far, and then you're going to sink your body back and down. You want your legs to be at 90 degrees completely, and it's okay if your butt comes off of the wall a little bit. Try and push your whole body against that wall so you engage your core, you engage your shoulder muscles, and you're engaging your quad muscles as well. So this is a really good exercise. Again, make sure you're 90, make sure your knee is not over your toe, and kind of get your way up. My hair's getting stuck on the wall. So that's a squat, that's a lunge, and that's proper form for both of those. If you have questions about other exercises, please feel free to ask me. I really want you to do the correct form so you don't get injured. That's the number way of getting injured, is to do things the improper way. Please check out the upper body exercise video. That's going to give you a lot of demonstrations about upper body, specifically push-ups. And I cannot tell you how many times I've seen push-ups done incorrectly. So please go watch that video and make sure that you post about this on your discussion board.